And he said, hey, do you want to go to Pensacola, Florida? And I'll pay you $2,000 a week. I ran professionally in Venezuela, and he really helped me develop that discipline.
It was so awesome to see your son with you this week for the last 2 days, and he probably doesn't even know, but he's one of the guys in your organization that impacted me the most.
The major thing that we got out of it is the passion that this company has for the communities and the homeowners. Welcome to the Roofing Machine Podcast. Today we did a 2-day training into Kansas City, and I gotta tell you, and Mark's gonna be able to assume the same answers that I'm gonna say here, but we got welcome like we've never done before. We even had a banner with our pictures on it. That's a big banner. We did activities, but the major thing that we got out of it is the passion that this company has for the communities and the homeowners. It was very, very refreshing to see this. We don't see that very often. So we got Carlos, Jose, and Mark. We're gonna ask you a couple questions. First of all, Carlos, how did you come up with this whole energy? Why are you so passionate about this industry and your team? They all love you, man. It's a very unique team that you got here.
Yeah, thank you. For sure. So I'm from Venezuela, and I grew up in a family environment where my family is very charismatic. You know, they always kind of push us to always push, and I kind of grew up with that as a child. So we're very family oriented. So I grew up with those principles since I was little, and I kind of implemented that into this industry. I got welcomed in I met a friend so I used to sell phones, and this was back a while ago when I was maybe 22 years old, and he recruited me. You know, he brought me in the industry. He saw my sales skills that I was really good at, and brought me into the roofing. That led me to meet incredible people along the way. You know, and it was a really cool experience, learning. You know, being able to use my talent and be able to help others by simply implementing that to the roofing.
And I mean, you're helping a lot of people, but your personality, you're a deep personality. We talk about this, you're a driver, you want to go and do it. Usually people that are like this, they're not very good at helping others becoming better, but tell you what, this guy is an absolute animal. Yesterday, at the gym, we went to the gym in the morning, right? We went at 4 o'clock in the morning, so we're going in there, we did a workout hard for 30 minutes, and then I found this thing, the sled, and I was so excited. That's what you call it, right, the sled?
Yeah.
I'm so excited because I've never done it before, so I'm like, I can't wait to do it. I said, Mark, please, can we do it? He's like, you heard or overheard? He's like, yeah, Mark, absolutely, let's do it.
Yeah, so, I made the mistake of actually pointing it out because it's something that you want to do, and I'll get to why I thought it was a mistake, but yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Major mistake. So I grabbed the thing, and it's about 30 yards long, right, away. So I'm like, all right, I can push this over there. It was pretty far. I don't know where I'm supposed to stop. And then when you said push earlier, that triggered me on that. So I'm putting it on, and I'm running. You're like, push. I'm running around where's this line? Where does it stop? I thought we were going to stop any time, but I go all the way to the wall. And then I get there. You're like, all right, good. Now we're going the other side. I'm exhausted. Are you kidding me? He's like, put it around, and we're going back all the way. And when we got there, he says, hey, guys, I don't care what you do, but let's do it all together. So I'm going to do it, you're going to do it, you got to keep up with it. I don't care how much weight you put on, but you're doing it.
Yep.
I go all the way to the end, my second run, okay? And I'm exhausted. I look up, my head is spinning, I'm dizzy. Bro, I'm doing everything, and the whole time, push. My feet the ground started feeling like this. I'm like, man, I'm going to pass out. And then I look like I'm dizzy, and I see Carlos bring the 45 pounds, put it on top. I thought it was
another one.
What an animal, a gorilla. I thought we were done with this thing. We'll do something else.
It was the first time, and this is coming from you who ran 1,500 miles last year. I was like, oh man, I'm going to be the one, because I don't do much cardio. I try to do a lot of working out, but it was the first time I've ever seen him. You know, he left. He walked away, if you guys didn't notice. He walked away a little bit and went to get some drink, but I was like, something's not right with this guy. I was like, he's soft. It was my turn next. So I get up on there, and you guys see it. I was 45. I was like, I can do this. And push. Wow, it was a lot harder, right? And I'm like looking at him. I was like, man, he's in good shape, but I feel like I could push a little bit better than him, right? by the time I got out, I don't know, what did I do? I disappeared,
Yeah.
right? It was the first time, and I work out 5-6 times a day, guys, or 5-6 times a week, and I almost lost my lunch or I lost the dinner the night before. So, Carlos, I know you're really into fitness, man. It was really inspiring to work out with you guys for the first 2 days. Where does that passion come from?
It comes from my background. So I started running at 7 years old, and that's what kind of led me to come to the United States. I've been running since 7, run all the way through till 23.
I couldn't believe when I heard that you was a runner.
Yeah.
Yep, I run professionally in Venezuela, and it really helped me develop that discipline in a sport. So I've always been doing sports all my life. My parents were, very pushy. My mom, tough. So she definitely had me in sports, and I had to win. She hated losing. She hated me losing.
Yeah.
So it really inspired me to push. And once I made a switch from running, I made it to bodybuilding, and I always kept, training for it. So it's been just something in me that I've been doing it for a long time. And I try to now implement it in my kids. I want my kids to do the same thing as well. So
that's the trick questions, because we both have kids, so I always want my kids to have it a little easier. But I don't want to be easy, because we all have like some struggle. It's to become successful. A lot of people have struggled in the past. So how do you do this with your kids? And you do this here at JPA, by the way. So
it was awesome that he had brought an employee. Right? I thought that was really inspiring when I saw Eli with you at the gym today. I was like, wow, you actually take employees. I'm like, man, if I was anywhere in Kansas City, I would want to work for JPA, because, man, I know you truly care about the people. And we'll get to your story when you lost all that weight. I can't believe it. But you truly care about the people. And, like, you are just like, and you guys did that multiple times. It wasn't just the first time you brought Eli, because you guys it felt like a good family. So, I mean, that was awesome to see.
yeah, and I think that's where the I comes in. So I'm the I, and I'm a huge influencer when it comes to that. So he kind of saw that we went early to the gym, we all worked out, and felt that energy.
It's awesome.
And I told him,
okay, there's something special, because like you got guys, you talk about the disc assessment. We have some C disc assessment here, and they're like, all right, we need somebody to do a special thing. We'll do some role play. C personalities are raising their hands, man. We won't see that, man.
Oh, man.
So you're fueling them something like with your emotion and your presence. You're taking people with you. It's addictive. There's a positivity here that's very unique.
yes.
So
I'll say one thing that really impacted me as well. I talked to Jose here a couple months ago, and I showed him a picture of a model. He had 6-pack, fully ripped dude. And I said, dude, I like to see you like this. And at this point, Jose is 50 pounds bigger. And he saw the picture, and he's like, I'm gonna be like that. And I was like, well, we need to go see a coach. And I took him to my coach. And at the time, he was like, I'm down, let's go for it. So he went up there, signed up, gave him a diet plan, and started going for it. And then next thing you know, he started getting better at the meals, switched to another coach. But man, lost 50 pounds.
Yeah, you lost 50 pounds, right, Jose?
Yeah, 50 pounds.
How long did it take you to do that?
Yeah, probably like 4 months.
4 months.
4 or 5 months. Yeah.
did this guy help you?
Yes.
He likes sweet stuff.
Yeah, no, yeah. It's, I see Carlos when he take the gym. He takes it serious.
Yeah.
And then I say, I want to go and work up every day in the morning, and do the same thing.
Yeah.
I want to look good.
I'm doing it.
Yeah.
I'm doing it.
Yeah,
No
we always say
excuses.
sales is
Yeah.
influential communication, right? Influencing it, and that's
Right.
what he did. So it's
Yeah.
awesome to see you, man. And it was so awesome to see your son with you this week, the last 2 days. And he probably doesn't even know, but he's one of the guys in your organization that impacted me the most. Man, doing role play with him, and I see so much in your little boy. I don't want to say a little boy, but he's a man,
Yeah.
right? That man from you, man. So you should be damn proud.
Right now, yeah. I don't know. I never, before I born, my dad died. I never had that there, and this is my mom have like 10 kids, and we honestly sometimes we don't even have nothing to eat, and Daisy, my niece, came to USA, and that's how we ended up coming to
United States.
United
States.
When I was 15 years old. Yeah, it was 24 years ago.
Yeah, man.
And I got like one aunt that asked me, "You want to go to school?" And I said, "No, I need to make money. I need to make money." And now I wish I could go to school at least for a couple of years so I can fix my English better than what I speak. Yeah.
No, you found your ways for sure, Jose.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what you've done, and we talk about. Mark was talking about this earlier. You know, we talk about millennials. They're like, they're lazy. They don't want it. And we see your sons. Like, no, they're not lazy. Just have different priorities.
Yeah.
We can definitely build on that, and we learned something valuable today from seeing the last 2 days from seeing that.
Yeah.
So, you started doing construction.
I started doing roofing when I was 15 years old. That's when I first started, with my brother. And then like 3 years later, I just started working for another company. I stopped. At one point, I was running at like 8 or 9 crews for working for another country.
That's how you met him?
Yeah, that's how I met Carlos. Yeah, and then from there, the bigger company I was working, he got a business. And I said, no, I'm gonna start my own company, so I don't have to depend on somebody else's company. And that's how I started, learning a little bit, every year. So it take us.
And that's why you care so much about the installation and the
Yes,
quality. And I
yeah.
see that in you. You mentioned that so much because you were the one that installed it.
Yeah, I
making sure that it is.
And one thing that I know when I hire somebody, I know it's gonna be a good crew because I done it before.
And that's what you're responsible for. Production
Yes, for
side,
production,
installation. It's gotta be perfect. Otherwise, you're not gonna work here very long. And we feel that. Your standards are very high, both of you.
Yeah. That customer service, man, we need that. Those good reviews, that definitely is the main thing of our company for sure.
What was your first job, Carlos, when you started? How did you get in? Like, you're an entrepreneur now. Like, did you have a first job at 10, 11?
Yes, my first job, I started working. I started working with my mom in food service. It was a banquet. I was 15 years old. Work at the Battle Hall here in Kansas City, and man, they wouldn't allow me to work. I was 15, but it looked like I was like 12. So she would hide me in front of other people, and it was hilarious. They wouldn't allow me to work, but that would work. And I kind of did that for a while. Worked with my aunt as well. I always worked with my family constantly, all the time. And then after that, I was able to work with Spread. I worked at the.
How was that?
It was great. They did an actual training. What I loved the most was the training. So they saw my personality. They took us to the headquarters it was in 119 in college, and put us a month in training how to sell, and beat those objectives. And they opened up a branch at the plaza at the time, and I was bilingual. They're like, "We need a guy like you." I was lean. I was, 22 years old.
Standing
And I was
all day too?
Yeah, I was sharp running. I was light. So I went in there, and they were like, "We need a guy like you." So they brought me in there, and I felt like I was like a celebrity because then I started meeting a lot of the Hispanic clientele. They wanted phones. That's the time where the TV phones came out.
Okay.
So I would, do that all the time, and I got to meet so many Hispanics, and that's how I met my mentor. I met him there at the retail store. So that's what brought me to roofing.
Okay, that's how he recruited you to come
Yeah,
do?
he recruited me. He said, "Hey," I was really comfortable. I was, had a couple of roommates. I had an awesome sport car, and I was living my life. And he said, "Hey, do you want to go to Pensacola, Florida? And I'll pay you $2,000 a week if you come, but you have to leave next week." So I was like, "Damn, well, I'm gonna have to cancel my lease, and I'm leaving." So I packed my bags, put everything in my sport car. I had a Honda S2000, put everything in that car, and left to Pensacola, Florida. Just took off. So when I got there, one of the first, I get to meet him. He takes me to a job site, and our sub crew. So this company brought Jose, who was the sub,
From here to Pensacola?
to Florida, yes. And I got to meet him there. So when I met him there, they're like, "Hey, this is your sub guy." And Jose was 24 years old with like 100 guys. This guy had an army.
Yeah, monster.
So it was hilarious. Hey, Jose, how are you? And I was one of the main salesmen. So it was funny that I got there, we meet, and I'm working in that environment that was very off what I had in Kansas City. It was something that I wasn't expecting. Very uncomfortable. We didn't have nowhere to sleep.
Because of the hurricane?
Yeah, hurricane. There was uncomfortable environment. You know, you have to get on roofs now. I wasn't used to that. You have to get dirty, and in my job that I had, I didn't have to get dirty. I was clean all the time. You know, I wasn't used to getting dirty, so that threw me off. I was like, sure, I'm making 2,000, but this is not. You know, and it threw me off. But I kept doing it. I felt more passion for it as I went on, and you know, it was really interesting as I was learning. So the guy, my mentor, at the time they had Integra Claims. I'm not sure if you're aware. The first software that came out in the industry is Integra Claims. So he let me in to learn that, and I learned that software. Very detailed, it's like Xactimate. And I passed my certification. It was really fun to get that done. But I just kept learning more. So it was more to, you know, to what I was.
Addicting. You're getting addicted to success too, right? I always say that about Martin. I think you got very addicted to the success. It was never about the money. It was the success of other people. Then he got even more addicted to the success of his employees, and that's kind of what I see here. And that's the culture and family atmosphere is thrown around a lot. And what I really want to make sure your team understands and really know is that we don't throw it around without really making sure we really feel that. Okay, so the family type atmosphere and the culture that you guys have here is different. Okay, and like I said, with a few things that we hopefully helped you with, I hope that you guys add on to that, but still keep that same core of family and that culture, because when I say you guys have it, man, you guys have it. So awesome to see.
Yeah, a lot of people, like Mark is saying, says we have no leaders will say we have a bad culture, because it reflects who? It reflects you, right? So no leaders will ever say they have a bad culture. But the only way to know about culture, you welcome us into your office. You guys, to come in and check out our team so we can get better. You're so humble. Like, hey, we're messing up in a lot of places. We want to get better. Oh my gosh. How are you going to learn? That's the real, right? So we talk about this today, this week, and we didn't even have to talk about it. You were real the whole time. Like, and you had some people standing saying like, hey, I don't understand this. I mess up on this. Can you help me with this? I'm ashamed of this. I gotta get better at this. Wow. So that's coming from you, and in learning, it's forever. Something very amazing. But what is your why? Why are you doing this? Why are you so passionate about growth and helping homeowners get what deserve the best? Like, where does it come from? Equality. You want to do it so right. Like, you're passionate about. You talk about installation earlier with you guys. It was intense. Like, you want to do right.
Yeah, just by maintaining, if somebody is paying me for a service, I want to deliver, the best service, and because I'm on my own house, and if I hire somebody to come in and do a work for me, I really wanted them to bring me a good service, and that's
awesome, man.
Yeah.
And it's something like, you're not from here, okay?
Yeah.
Right? So you can be like, well, I don't care, man, it's a house here, I'm here to make money. But you are here now, and I can share this with you. I'm an immigrant as well, right?
Yeah.
So we talk about 3 important letters today. USA, JPA, yes. Well, USA, we're here, man.
Yeah.
I'm forever indebted to Mark, because you're from here, because your ancestor made the path for us to be here in this great country and to be here right now together, man.
I'm so grateful that I'm here in USA,
Yeah.
and I love USA. I'm came from Mexico, but I'm so grateful to be here. Yeah.
I love it, man. I love it. So powerful, and that you have a diverse culture within your company too, and that's something else I took away, and I'm a really big culture guy. Martin's a very good big culture guy as well, and I think that helps businesses. That's something where, but the thing about it is, it's also very important that we understand each other, right? We gave you guys dispersonalities, and it's very important to understand another culture. What may offend somebody may not offend somebody else. So it was awesome to see like all your team working together and different multiple points on that. So it's killer, man.
Yeah, no, it is incredible. I mean, definitely, I like to say that it is a blessing what we're doing. The team that we have in the back end, the team that we have in place is a dream. I mean, I'm grateful that I have my family work with me. I'm really grateful that Jose has his family involved as well. And when we integrate the two, I mean, it's literally drive and just passion. Having the seed, we have a lot of seed in our company, and that's great, because then that is the infrastructure to keep things organized well. And then we have some of these that just is the drive. So come putting those two together is incredible.
Yeah, we definitely saw a lot of this week. And Sally, my best friend's now.
Oh,
Sally,
yes.
Sally is definitely a D, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Very good. So it was what's your future? What do you guys are learning from this 2 days? What are you going to implement? What are you excited about to give back to the community? And how are you thinking about doing it?
Yeah, we get a lot of good information, and I want to, apply everything that we learned from you guys today. And the first day that we meet you guys in Orlando, the day we say, everybody there that our team say we're gonna go to the class, we're gonna go to Bernard's class because we see you guys in a video, on
Social media?
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe,
picture,
yeah. And once we see the video, say, I like the company. And once we will go and see you on the room, the classroom, you guys,
Break
Yeah,
out.
we knew that it was something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's killer, man. And you guys impacted me that day as well, so it was our duty to get there. But it was awesome, man. But I also was one of the last questions. I know we got to get going, but you guys eat a lot. You guys had the best food. We had barbecue. We had South American food. There was so much. You took us out to dinner a couple times. How do you eat so much and stay so fit?
I was on diet earlier,
Yeah, you tell me you lost 50 pounds. Look at you. It's like, okay, what's in the
Those
water?
were cheating meals for Jose.
Donuts and bagels too, okay?
Donuts, bagels,
muffins.
Yeah, muffin.
It was a special time.
Salad?
How are you guys here? Normally, pretty much I avoid to eat that all the time. That's why I lost my 50 pounds.
Well, just know it doesn't go unnoticed, guys, and we appreciate everything that you do. We felt like at home, and it was hospitality. It was just something that we try to do to others, and when it's done to us, we feel like we owe you. We felt this uncomfortable because you have the same mindset as us. We feel like if we give, that's what's the most fulfilling part.
Yeah, and that's what we see a lot of Monarch Roofing. You talk about this, looking out for Monarch Roofing. We see in 75 when we see in you can know that you're on the right path. Okay,
Yeah.
so in your open mind, it's so powerful. You want to get more knowledge, you go to events. You're not afraid to say, I'm wrong, let me learn. You're not a full cup. So, wow, the future is going to be very powerful. So again, thank you so much for having us here for a couple of days. We wish we could stay longer, but it was, we're going to be in touch for sure.
You don't want to stay a week?
Yes.
Real quick, and for anybody in Kansas City area, are you guys hiring?
We are,
Yeah,
absolutely,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
So, and if you guys are in the Kansas City area, I highly recommend go ahead and follow JPA Roofing. They're on social media. I see you guys on social media, but go ahead and inquire within, and I would hop on this team, absolutely.
So thank you very much for watching the Roofing Machine. Subscribe below, comment, let us know what you think about JPA and how we can help our communities become better. We're going to stop competing and start dominating our market. Thanks for watching.
There we go.
All right.
Thank you.